Hey everyone, welcome back. In today's video, I will be walking you through a rubber-based gel application. This has been a highly requested video, so let's get started. And I've already filed and shaped her nails, so now I'm going in with my favorite cuticle bit to clean up around the cuticle area and remove any dead skin. I love how precise this bit is, and I rarely need to go in with nippers afterwards. And also, I wanted to mention, I can't share too much just yet, but I've been working on something really special for beginner nail techs or anyone thinking about getting back into nails. It's something I wish I had when I was just starting out. So definitely stay tuned, and I'm really excited to share more soon. So some of the most common questions are if rubber base is the same as builder gel, and rubber base and builder gel can look really similar once applied, but they work a bit differently. Rubber base is more flexible and self-leveling, great for natural overlays and a bit of added strength. Most rubber bases can be soaked off depending on the brand. Builder gel, on the other hand, is usually thicker, stronger, and used for building extensions or adding more structure. It typically needs to be filed off, although some soak-off builder gels do exist. It really depends on the brand. After buffing and cleansing the nails, I apply some primer, and you can use the primer of your choice. This is how I get long-lasting rubber-based manis, and I also do this when I do gel manicures. It's just a tip to help you with retention. After that, I go in with a thin layer of base coat. You always want to work with thin layers. When it comes to prep, less is more. So you always want to make sure that you're working in thin layers, even when applying gel polish. This will just help you with adhesion, and it will prevent bulk. Once the base is cured, I go in with a very thin slip layer of rubber base. This slip layer helps guide the product exactly where I want it to go. It acts like a map for the thick layer to follow. Without curing the slip layer, I immediately float a small bead of rubber base right on top. I don't brush it in, I gently guide it. I let the product self-level. Rubber base is a self-leveling product, so you gotta let it do its job. Keep your pressure light and let the rubber base do the work. When you apply that bead, make sure it's not too thick. That's how you'll accidentally float the cuticle, and it can lead to lifting. Don't worry if the rubber base doesn't reach all the way to the sidewalls right away. It's self-leveling, so just give it a few seconds to do its thing. I also have my client flip her hand upside down for a few seconds to help build that natural apex. So again, we're just gonna do a slip layer. We're gonna make that layer very thin and then apply our bead. You do have to be patient with rubber base because it takes a little bit more time than your typical gel polish process. If you want a beautiful application, you are going to have to be patient. If your bead feels too small, you can always dip back in and add a little bit more, so don't stress about it. Over time, your eye will naturally learn how much product to pick up. After applying the rubber base, I flash cure it to lock it in place, then do a full cure for 60 seconds. I also recommend using the low heat setting if your lamp has that option, especially for sensitive clients. Rubber base can sometimes cause heat spikes. It self-levels and creates a slightly thicker layer in the center. When it cures too quickly, that heat reaction can build up fast and feel like a burning sensation. So definitely using low heat or flash curing first helps minimize that discomfort. Another question is, can you get fills with a rubber base? And you can if your client has no lifting, and if the product is still smooth and intact, you can gently file down the top layer, clean the regrowth area, and refill the gap with the rubber base. But this works best if you're doing short, natural nails and maintaining them regularly every 2 to 3 weeks. If there's lifting, discoloration, or you've already done 1 to 2 fills, it's usually best to soak it off and start fresh. Rubber base isn't designed for long-term layering like hard gel or acrylic. It's flexible, and too much product buildup can affect durability and shape. It's stronger than gel polish, but it's not quite as hard as builder gel, as we mentioned previously. So I just repeat the process on all the fingernails. And I know it's kind of tempting to add a lot of product initially when you're first starting out, especially with rubber base. But like I mentioned, it's self-leveling. It's a type of product that will spread out on its own. So remember to always apply thin layers, Flipping your client's hand upside down for a few seconds, it's gonna help the product settle nicely and create that soft apex that we want. But I'm gonna let you guys watch the rest of the video. I did do some nail art, so definitely stick around towards the end for that. But let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one.